Aquarius, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late April, moving into early May 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Aquarians. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for my good Aquarius friends in late April, moving into early May? What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Aquarius. Late April, early May. What's the vibe? What's the energy? Let's get this card out nice and quick for my friends. Oh, okay, I'll take it. So this is a layered one, and I've been seeing this across a lot of zodiac signs this week. We're not getting the most simple, straightforward oracle cards in the beginning. This one reminds me of the Hierophant in some ways. There's also a very, very strong spiritual undertone to it, and there's also searching for things. So there's a lot of stuff to really unpack here with this first card. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the April subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about this card. So, as you can see, if you look here at the box, we have this individual. He's blindfolded. He's not really looking at the material world around him. And in symbolism, blindfolds represent secrecy, the hidden, the unseen, the unknown, all sorts of stuff like that. I think you get the drift. But notice, this person is feeling their way through all these different religious symbols. So it kind of seems like they're searching, right? I'm searching for information. I'm searching for things. And it also represents spirituality in general. So for a lot of Aquarians in this time, not saying that you're going to go join a new religion or anything like that, but anything spiritual is highly favored. Okay, I mean, maybe some of you just have that inner urge that you're searching for knowledge, you're consuming knowledge. That's a really good thing. This card could link to ritual, to your own spiritual practice being very important. But notice this person, they're not looking at the material world. They're not looking at their current situation. They're paying more attention to what's between the lines, right? The hidden energies, the subtle energies, especially with this blindfold. So there could be a sense of mystery with certain situations you're going through right now as well. But we're just going to leave it at that. You could keep searching. Don't want to disturb that. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say the first card here, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for my beautiful Aquarians, please. What do we got for Aquarius? And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. Pretty good energy, if I do say so myself. The reading was titled A Shocking Wind. So there was tower energy. There was the energy of big things shaking up, but to me it felt positive. So I always say winds come in all different shapes and sizes, whether it's monetary, maybe you had a really good day, maybe you had a good stroke of luck of some kind. If it hasn't happened, keep your head on a swivel, because that energy could bleed over for a couple weeks, and I felt like a lot of you were going to be very happy with something you weren't expecting to see. So let's see what shows up for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So we take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards for Aquarius, please. What do we have for Aquarius? Thank you. Wow. I mean, another very, very powerful spiritual card here with the 4 of Wands. The 1111 card, so nice. Let's get that tucked in right there by the amethyst. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but I love to start a reading with that card. It always makes me happy for some reason. Let's get a couple more, please. Thank you. Okay, Queen of Swords. I mean, very stern, serious type of energy. That's one of your power cards as well. So we will definitely discuss her at length. Let's get one more out here for you. What do we have for Aquarius, please? What do we got? Thank you. Page of Pentacles. All right, cool. So I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. I'm also seeing a lot of other core cards, right? So there's a lot of people showing up, which could be very intriguing. Sometimes that complicates a reading, right? But we're going to see how it all plays here. Let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, and we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. But at first look, first glance, There's a few different archetypes. Now, I always look at the elements first. That informs us how the energy is moving. And I will say this for Aquarius, a lot of these elements are beneficial for you. They're comfortable. We have fire, which Aquarius, although you're the water bearer, you're an air sign, fire works well with you. Then you have your home element. We have the power element with the Queen of Swords. That's air. So it's like we have the realm of action, movement, passion. Then we have the realm of thought, planning, strategy. And we have some earth on the back end, which could represent the material matters, work, money, abundance. Notice the 2 court cards. So these could be different people that are connected to. So this energy could split in a lot of different ways. And we still have this strong spiritual tie. So let's go through piece by piece and really start to build this out. Position number 1, we are starting with the 4 of Wands. Beautiful card, primo card, if I do say so myself. And this is nicknamed the 1111 card. So whenever this shows up, Aquarius, you might be seeing more number signs than usual. Maybe your guides and spirit team, your angels, are trying to direct you, encourage you, send you signs, send you omens. This is one of my biggest cards of omens from spirit. So keep your eyes open for that. We'll see if we get more detail. But aside from the omens and stuff, when I see the 4 of Wands, it's celebratory, it's happy, it's a win, it's a victory. Notice the people are all they're all celebrating there, and it's like a group celebration. So it's like it benefits multiple people. So it's like multiple people are happy about something. This could be really good. There are challenges with every card, and the thing with 4s, they're very solid and stable. This one in particular could represent the living situation or home, so you might be dealing with stuff like that. But the issue with the 4 of Wands is sometimes it could be a little stuck, right? Like it's a very solid, stable type of energy. So if you're not having issues with family or living situations, the 4 of Wands could seem just a little too planted, a little too stuck. So we're not going to really call on that unless we see other energies that are leading to the same vibe. Moving to the center, one of your power cards here, the beautiful, strong, powerful Queen of Swords. Now remember, it's not gender specific. So this could just be an energy that you're settling into. It's all air signs, so it's Aquarius, it's Libra, it's Gemini. So you might be connected to some of those. But what are some things I think of? Now, in an Aquarius reading, the clarifier might just tell us the way you're feeling, something that could be coming towards you, the inner workings of yourself at this time. But the Queen of Swords is no nonsense. She is very much a call it how I see it, no nonsense, no BS type of energy, truthful to a fault, extremely smart, very strategic. So yeah, there could be planning going on, there could be strategy, but when I see the Queen of Swords, she's going to tell it like it is. Oftentimes when we get to the harsher aspects of the Queen of Swords, she could be a little mean sometimes, right? Like she could have a real sharp tongue on her. So you might hurt someone's feelings, right? Like you might have less of a filter in this time when the Queen of Swords is here. Nothing wrong with that, as long as you're not intentionally trying to hurt people's feelings. But the Queen of Swords, to me, she's just not playing games. So when I see her, it's like, all right, could there be certain things you're removing from your routine, certain things you're removing from your life? With her, sure. But I always say with her, she holds an air of seriousness to her. So whether we're seeing a serious situation, a serious talk, a serious something, we'll need to clarify her to see what's up. Now, moving to the back end of the reading, and I always found it funny, especially like the page was right next to the Queen of Swords. The Page of Pentacles represents youthfulness, children, people that are younger than you. Similar to aces, they represent opportunities and offers. The Page of Pentacles is consuming knowledge. They're all students, but this could be some sort of message being delivered. So when I see this small, youthful, shy kind of page energy next to the Queen of Swords, it's like, okay, there's an intimidation factor here. So maybe there's someone you're connected to, they're a little intimidated or a little bashful to say something to you. That could be very possible when this energy's in the mix. I like this page because there's a lot of potential with it. But the challenge with pages and the challenge with aces, because they're very similar, is that they're not guaranteed. So it's like, okay, there's good potential energy here, but it's not guaranteed just yet. And I mean, we could just be looking at a conversation of some sort. Notice how this Queen of Swords is like staring daggers into this page. So I want to dive deeper on all of it, Aquarius. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Let's get a good shuffle here. What do we got for our Aquarius friends, please? What is happening? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on the 1111 card. Why is the Four of Wands here? And yeah, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Aquarius, drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay. Where's the Four of Wands here, please? Cute. Yeah, I mean, this energy does come forth. It makes itself known. So we do have the Hermit in reverse underneath this Four of Wands. And of course, I still feel very similar to last week. This is the energy of just something going great, something going well. I will say this for a lot of the Aquarius out there, especially those of you that are like closely tied to spirituality and spirit in general. From what we had here in the very beginning with the subtle energy, the searching, now we have these two very powerful spirit cards. The universe is trying to give you a heads up about something. So I feel for a lot of you, it's something great coming in, where Spirit's saying, like, listen, Aquarius, you got something big coming in. You got something big right down the pipeline. So it could be giving you a positive omen. So everyone has different omens, right? Sometimes you might see a cardinal or a robin or a bird. And whenever you see this bird, it's like, okay, something nice is about to go down. I don't know why I'm getting those flashes. But when I see the Four of Wands with the Hermit in reverse, to me, this is a powerful omen from Spirit, first and foremost. But secondly, aside from the omens, the Hermit in reverse is an energy springing forth quickly, coming out of the darkness. Because remember, the Hermit's it's withdrawn, it's retracted. When it flips in reverse, it's springing at you. So again, underneath the Four of Wands, this is most definitely like a big win, massive win coming in, and it rushes in quickly, almost out of nowhere. So this is kind of reiterating what we were seeing last week, and I think it's good. I mean, and just keep your eyes open for the signs. I'm just going to say that again, especially with all the spiritual ties here, because you might be extra perceptive of them in this time. Let's see what's up with the Queen of Swords. We're going to keep it moving. So I feel like she's important. The page is important. I mean, all the cards are important, of course. Let's see why the Queen of Swords is here, please. Okay, thank you. Okay. It's a little bit of a warning here, Aquarius. So we got a mixed bag going on. We do have the Five of Pentacles in the upright underneath the Queen of Swords. And I don't feel like this is like money issues, work issues, or anything like that. If we were reading it classically, I would say it. But at the same time, it's like no more Mr. Nice Guy, no more Mr. Nice Gal. That's just how it feels to me. So for some of you, I know how Aquariuses are. I have plenty of them in my personal life. Love you guys. But I know sometimes you can have a sharp tongue on you. And what I'm seeing here with the Queen of Swords and the Five of Pentacles, it's like hurt feelings. So there is a potential. I'm not saying you're hurt. I'm feeling more like you may have the potential to say something that you can't take back. Okay, so for some of you, it might just be a serious talk where it's like, all right, we need to talk about the difficult things, right? Because when I see the Queen of Swords and the Five of Pentacles, it's like, all right, something's not right. Something is a little funky in the energy, and we are going to address this. So if you have the opportunity to, I see a lot of Aquarius is just addressing the hard topics, having those hard talks and serious talks. Now, for another portion of you, Queen of Swords, Five of Pentacles, there might be someone that you're missing a little bit. Maybe there's someone that's missing you. Could be both with this, if you're watching this for love reasons. So like there is a longing here for someone or something, but at the same time, I feel someone here like ready and willing to have those serious conversations. So there might be something that needs to be addressed where it's like, all right, we got to talk about this. Can't let this energy linger for too long. So it could be a variety of topics, right? It could be money, it could be personal relationships. Let's keep moving over to the Page of Pentacles. We'll see what he has, because this is initially where we're coming from. Just watch out that you don't hurt too many feelings in this time, right? I mean, you can't control other people's feelings. But I don't know. It just feels like it's no filter. No filter. I'm saying what's on my mind. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. It just feels a little harsh. Let's see what's up with the Page of Pentacles. Thank you. Okay. And yeah, I don't want to say this will force somebody to open up, but it's like it kind of does, if that makes sense. So we have the Four of Pentacles in reverse, where, man, Aquarius, this feels like almost an interrogation. Okay? I don't know why I'm seeing it. I don't know why I'm feeling it. But if there's someone or something you want to talk about and there's information you want to get, you can get it. That's just the energy I'm picking up here. So watch out. There might be people trying to pump you for information. I'd watch out for that in the short term because we have great energy here. But with this whole dynamic here on the back end, it's like, let me see what information I could get. Can I get a hint? Can I get a clue? Can I connect the dots myself? So whether you're trying to get information from someone else or about something else or vice versa, it's like I'm digging for clues. It's so peculiar this week, not in a bad way. Now, the Four of Pentacles is usually a clamped down, shut down type of energy, right? Holding on to the pentacle. I'll never tell. I'll never say a damn thing. When it shows up in reverse, it's letting it out or it's letting it go. So when I see it underneath the Page of Pentacles, I feel the serious talks. Again, it's showing up here. But for some reason, it's like, I will get the truth. I will get the truth. I will get the facts out of you. I don't know how that fits what you're going through. Just know if anything does pop up in the current week where you feel like someone's holding back information from you, you can and will get it, but you might have to ask the hard questions. This is getting very specific. I feel like I'm doing a personal reading, but let's go through and do a quick recap, then we'll get into the shadow cards. So we got a little bit of everything this week. We got a lot of talking to people, talking to spirit. Position number one, we have the Four of Wands with the Hermit in reverse. I did say for a lot of you, this is great energy coming in. So like a surprising, unexpected win, just like we saw last week. I also get powerful omens from spirit. So watch the signs and synchronicities. The spirit could be trying to communicate something to you, telling you that something's coming up. Now we take a big turn when we get to the center because we have the Queen of Swords with the Five of Pentacles. Of course, there might be someone that you're missing right now, maybe someone that misses you. But the big thing I'm picking up here is like we're going to have the hard conversations. Watch out for hurting too many feelings or being a little too harsh, because I could see that here in the center. But I feel someone saying, let's talk about the dirty details. I want to hear it all. It's like giving me that kind of vibe. So it's a very serious style talk. Moving to the back end, we have the Page of Pentacles with the Four of Pentacles in reverse. If you feel like anyone's holding back information, holding back facts, like I'm getting someone pressing someone else for information. So do with that information what you will, whether someone's trying to get information out of you or you're trying to get information out of someone else. Did feel like a little bit of an interrogation, so to speak. But if there's facts you're wanting, there's facts you can most definitely get. Lots of talking and chatter going on here. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. So let's get a good shuffle here for my Aquarius friends. That was a unique one. Your readings are always unique, though. Love doing Aquarius readings. So let's get this out. And yeah, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing. So let's get your one. And if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Let's get it going. Let's get this shadow card out. What we got for Aquarius in the shadows, please? Quick, super quick. All right, King of Wands. All right, so if you're connected to a fire sign, they're showing up here in a big way. Now, I will say this about the King of Wands. There is a positive side to it. The King of Wands is about where you're focusing your energy, where you're directing your intention and your energy, literally, your focus. So Spirit could be saying to you, Aquarius, like you need to adjust what you're focusing on. Maybe there are certain things that you should be putting a little more energy into. Maybe there are certain things that you should be putting less energy into. That could very much be the case. Now, even if that's not the case, and we're not looking at a fire sign here with the King of Wands, I do say the shadow side of the King of Wands, it can be very unpredictable. Okay, so especially with the types of talks and conversations we were seeing here, watch out for like backlash from certain people, like watch out for aggressive people. Because when I see the King of Wands, it's like, you never know what you're going to get out of this person. This feels like a wild card. So I would just be cautious with interpersonal relationships this week in particular, for sure. So like, because there might be somebody that has a reaction that you weren't expecting. So we're going to leave them at that. Aquarius, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the April subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me and get a little further insight into your situation, you can check out my digital calendar on my website, mastermetaphysics.com. The April calendar is up, so feel free to go check it out and book. But for the April subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 3 copies, not 2, of one of my favorite decks of all time, the Gilded Tarot Royale. It's a gorgeous deck and it works fantastic. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, if you could pick one tarot card to best describe you, which one would it be? Are you the Empress? Are you the High Priestess? Are you the Emperor, the Moon, the Sun? You put your answer down in the comments, you'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.